Due to the way Nier Automata is told, many of the things that happen in the game can be quite confusing and can easily be missed as they are often provided as game archive items rather than dialogue in the game or in cutscenes. My aim is not to retell the story itself, but to provide an outline of the plot and cover only the important aspects and provide background on why certain things happened. Thousands of years ago, before the start of the game, humanity started to become extinct. As they died, they left behind androids that were built to serve humanity. However, many of the androids did not know that humanity became extinct and continued to be loyal to humans. Long after humans became extinct, aliens invaded Earth. The androids fought back against them, but the aliens also created their own machine life forms to help them in their fight against the androids. The machines were networked together, allowing them to share data and information with each other. As the machine network developed, it introduced deviations in the system. This allowed it to further experiment and evolve. This development allowed the creation of unique machines that is different from the others in a trial and error process. Characters like Pascal and Adam, which will be introduced during the game, are products of these deviations. Many of the machines were also not part of the network, either choosing to leave themselves like Pascal and Adam, or were removed from the network. Some may not be designed to be part of the network at all. The machines also collected information from the world and integrated the information into itself. Part of this is information about humanity, their history, technology, religion, and their philosophy. This information, combined with the machine network, created an ego or personality for the machine network, represented by the red girl. Over time, the machines surpassed even their makers and destroyed the aliens that created them. Because of their continued evolution, the machine network ultimately became more advanced and developed than the human-made androids. Many of the androids have a deep-seated love for humanity, stemming from their origins to serve them. Some of the androids, who knew that there were no more humans, fabricated a story that the humans retreated into the moon. To achieve this ploy, they created Yorha, a military line of androids built specifically to fight the war against the machines, as well as create a server on the moon that sent out broadcasts from a made-up Council of Humanity. Yorha operated from a space station known as the Bunker. Unlike normal androids, the Yorha units are also connected to a network. However, the network is different from the machines in that they regularly sync with each other in certain time intervals rather than being permanently connected. All this was done to give a reason and hope for the androids to continue fighting the war. The machines became aware of this plan and planted a backdoor in Yorha, effectively hijacking Yorha and using it for its own purpose. While they could easily defeat the androids, they chose not to because they saw the conflict as an opportunity to further grow and evolve. The androids, on the other hand, remain ignorant and continue to believe that they are still fighting on behalf of the humans against the aliens and their machines. At the start of the game, a group of Yorha androids are tasked with destroying a Goliath-class machine. Most of the group gets taken out, and only 2B and 9S survive, showing that they work well together. The success of their mission opened a new route into a city. There, they meet with an android resistance group. As part of their mission, they are sent to investigate a group of machines that are reported to be behaving oddly. They find that the machines are mimicking human behavior, such as speaking, wearing human clothing, and even using face paints. Investigating further, they find that the machines created a new humanoid-looking machine called Adam. By definition, Adam is an android as well, but we'll call him a machine to distinguish the androids that were originally made by the humans and those from the machines made by the aliens. They manage to defeat Adam, but Eve, another humanoid machine, emerges from his body. Before the androids could do anything, the area around them started to collapse, forcing them to retreat. 9S reports back to the bunker that they weren't able to capture the new machines, but they provide combat data and recordings. In the meantime, they are tasked to follow up on some missing androids. 2B and 9S follow the signal of the missing androids to an amusement park. There, they find a machine that has been cannibalizing other machines and consuming androids. They destroy the cannibal and are greeted by another machine who thank the pair for saving them. The machine invites the pair to a village. They investigate the village and find that it is populated by pacifist machines and are led by a machine named Pascal. We learn that the resistance in this village have a mutually beneficial trading relationship, thus earning the android's trust. Shortly after, the city is attacked by another Goliath-class machine. When they defeat the machine, it explodes and creates a crater that exposes a network of cave tunnels. More importantly, they detect a signal from the aliens originating from the caves. Because the aliens have not been seen in centuries, the pair are sent to investigate. Inside, they find the dead aliens and destroyed alien motherships. Adam and Eve appear and explain that they have killed the aliens a long time ago. They then ask the androids to find the humans in the moon so that they can dissect them and learn from them. The androids, being loyal to the humans, declined, and then two machines take their leave. Next, 9S and 2B investigate another group of machines who have disconnected from the network and formed their own kingdom. Unfortunately, this group is hostile, and they have to fight them. When they reach the king, they meet A2, a rogue Yorha model. They try to fight her off, but fail. A2 tells them that Yorha Command is lying to them before she escapes. The pair are then sent to guard a missile shipment, which results in an epic fight with a Colossus-class machine. The machine is so big and powerful that it can survive a laser attack from space and even direct hits from an artillery. 9S commandeers a missile and shoots it directly at the Colossus, driving it back. However, the missile caused an EMP explosion, which temporarily shut down the androids and sent 9S flying away. 9S is then captured by Adam, who used him as bait to lure 2B to a fight inside an artificial human city that he constructed. Adam explains that because machines are networked, they don't really experience death. He reveals that he has disconnected himself from the network because he would like to know what it's like to die. 2B kills him and rescues 9S. As 9S recovers in the bunker, he does a system overhaul on himself and finds the backdoor on the Yorha servers. This leads him to discovering the truth about humanity's extinction and the lie of Yorha. He also notices a noise in the system, which prompts him to stop his sync with the Yorha servers. Back on Earth, Eve becomes unstable because of Adam's death and lashes out. He attacks the city with a machine army. 2B fights them off and is joined by 9S, and together they defeat and kill Eve. With Adam and Eve destroyed and learning that the aliens have been eliminated, Yorha believes that the machine network controllers are dead, and they stage a large-scale assault on Earth. At this point, they had assumed that Adam and Eve were the controllers of the machine network. In reality, they were just another machine experiment. The machines were still under the control of the network consciousness, the Red Girl. During the attack, the machines infected Yorha with a virus using the back door. This was the noise that 9S experienced. 9S, having stopped his sync, was not infected. He was also able to hack into 2B to stop the infection from spreading into her. Since the pair were not able to contact Yorha Command, they go to the bunker by uploading themselves through the back door. When they arrive in the bunker, they find that the other androids have become infected too. The station's reactor also started to overload. They escape by commandeering flight units just as the bunker explodes. On their way back to Earth, they are intercepted by infected Yorha units. 2B separates from 9S to allow 9S to escape. 2B crash lands and begins to start succumbing to the virus as she is chased by infected Yorha units. Fortunately, she is saved by A2. 2B transfers her memory to a sword and asks A2 to take care of everyone for her. A2 accepts the memories and the sword and kills 2B before the infection can spread. The memory stored by 2B in the sword begins to merge with A2's consciousness. 9S, who has been trying to make his way back to 2B, sees A2 kill 2B from a distance. This enrages 9S, who swears to kill A2. However, before he could do so, a large structure emerges from the ground and throws him off his path. 9S is rescued by the Resistance, who were able to repair him. He begins to investigate the structure and learns that it is made by the machines. After being given clues by the Red Girl, he finds the keys to be able to get inside the structure. A2 also investigates the structure and makes her own way inside. Both androids make their way up the tower separately. They discover that the tower contains all the information collected by the machine lifeforms and is a cannon meant to launch the entire machine network core, along with the information it has collected, out into space. Along the way, the androids find out that the machines have been using androids to further their own evolution, and that this final confrontation is what they needed to complete the evolution. Both androids face separate challenges. 9S encounters clones of 2B who attack him. His arm gets cut off, and he takes one of the arms of a clone 2B and grafts it into himself. This causes him to be infected by the virus. At the same time, A2 is hacked by the Red Girl. She fights them off, but the Red Girl keeps multiplying. Her pod suggests not fighting back to oversaturate the system. This works and causes a fraction in the machine consciousness. One part of the machine consciousness wants to allow A2 to live so that they can use her to further evolve. The other part believes A2 to be too dangerous. The consciousness, unable to come to an agreement, begins to attack each other, allowing A2 to escape. Eventually, both 9S and A2 meet. At first, they fight the Goliath-class machine together, but 9S, growing unstable from the virus, fights A2. From here, the player is presented with a choice. If the player chooses to control A2, she will defeat 9S, then hack into 9S to cleanse his infection. She then asks the pod to take care of 9S before sacrificing herself to destroy the tower structure. If the player chooses 9S, A2 will get distracted by a memory of 2B, allowing 9S to stab her. But in doing so, 9S stumbles and falls into A2's sword and gets himself impaled. With no Yorha androids remaining, the machines no longer have an enemy to fight and thus reach the end of their evolution. The tower launches the core of the machine network into space, leaving Earth for another world. This leaves Earth to the Resistance androids and the non-network machines. After playing through both endings, a post-credit scene becomes available. In this scene, the pods choose to rebuild A2, 2B, and 9S from the data stored by the pods, giving them a new start. And so, we reach the end of the game.